the second half of tonight's Rwl Sn Rl from Wilkes-Barre Pa. Wally Cardinal, Johnny Bianco, and Tex Lynch back with an exciting second half. For more great matches ahead, topped with a main event, with the Rwl No Rules title on the line, as the icon, the legend, Magic, defending the No Rules belt against no less than the hardcore legend, Terry Funk.
That is gonna split my loyalties right down the middle. You guys know Terry Funk's from Amarillo, and it's gonna make things real hard for me to pick a winner, especially around Magic. Well, what a main event, and that's just the cherry on the sundae, and the Sunday's still 3 more big matches.
I kinda knew you'd say that, Tex. Let's get the ball rolling with our second half opening match, a ladies division match, setting the beautiful Rosita against Shotzi Blackheart, clashing for the very first time.
Well, that ought to be a good one. Oh man, what a night it's been so far.
Welcome back, fans. Our second half opening contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Guadalajara, Mexico, she is Rosita.
Lady in red, the lovely Rosita, daughter of Rod the Bod Whitley and Hall of Famer LP, Thunder of the Dream Girls, and 1/3 of Next Gen, with Sophie Spartan and Angie Angel Guns in her second singles match in as many weeks, having defeated Sonia Deville on Rage nearly 2 weeks ago. But can she pull off another solo win against Shotzi? It's nearly a perfect match, patched up by Booker, Myron Schillerman. Both ladies, petite yet powerful, both totally play for keeps. And I can't wait to see who goes home with the win, because I'm not really able to gauge a possible winner.
And man alive, can this woman dance or what? Rosita's as talented as she is tough in the ring, but I'm right there with you, Johnny. The match is so well crafted, so close in possible outcome, that there's just no way to pick a winner, even if I am kinda leaning towards Rosita, despite Shotzi's toughness. Plus, Rosita, for all her fine looks and all, has what you can only call a fiery temper, who can and has gone off on opponents in the past.
Her opponent from Oakland, California, here's Shotzi Blackheart.
When Shotzi Blackheart left WWE, they took her tank away, so we went and got her another one. Shotzi making her way down to the ring in that thing. That's a hellified piece of work, ain't it? Even more interesting than Tony Dangerous's Danger Mobile. At least this one's low emission. Shotzi Blackheart, of course, one half of a tag team partnership with AJ Lee, but tonight on her own against Rosita. And like you guys point out, both about the same size, both about the same weight, both about the same nasty disposition when they get provoked. So this is going to be a wild matchup for sure.
So Tex, with us general broadcast guys unable to pin down who we'd like to win it, we would love to hear what you, oh great and wise GM, think is gonna happen in this one.
Well, like you said, Myron put this one together just a little bit too well. It's really too hard for me to say. Shotzi's got a nasty reputation, and well, Rosita, well, we know about Rosita and Next Gen, and on her own in singles competition lately, she's been pretty hot. I'm not even gonna try it. We'll just have to wait and see how it all shakes out, gentlemen. All right, Wally GB. Oh, a petite pair of pretty powerhouses in this opening contest for our second half. Let's see how it all shakes out. Referee Walt Rothburn rings the bell. The ladies come center ring. They lock it up, collar and elbow. Rosita with a hard whip to the far right corner, and oh man, what a drop kick to Shotzi Blackheart. Rosita gathers it up. Oh man. Leg lock with a couple of knocks on the head for good measure. Rosita spins her around with a hard right, goes behind on Shotzi Blackheart, has her up back suplex just about center ring. Hard kick to the ribs from Rosita. A stomp to the midsection. A rolling elbow to the back of Shotzi. Shotzi using the ropes to get herself stood up again. Here comes Rosita. Whoa, clothesline over the top rope, out onto the floor goes Shotzi Blackheart. Referee starts the count. Rosita Kinda shadowing Shotzi Blackheart from inside the ring. Takes herself outside the ring. They lock it up. Side suplex from Shotzi Blackheart. First real offense from her in this match so far. Rosita stood back up by Shotzi. Shotzi rolls her back inside the ring. Shotzi Blackheart catches a drop kick that doesn't quite take her down. She goes behind on Rosita and slams her down to the canvas. Rosita catches a kick to the back from Shotzi Blackheart. And Shotzi going to work on a downed Rosita. And Shotzi taking herself all the way up to the top turnbuckle here. Rosita a little bit slow to stand up. Here comes Shotzi. Oh, man. Just smashed her. Huh. Hard kick to the side. Shotzi Blackheart locks up Rosita. A rising knee right to the head of Rosita. Rosita counters with a jawjacker, backs her off. Winds up the arm on Shotzi. Shotzi counters with an elbow. Shotzi whips Rosita to the ropes, makes the duck under, makes the leapfrog. Here comes Rosita, rising knee right to the head. Down she goes, and she is laid out. There's a stomp to the midsection from Shotzi Blackheart, a kick to the ribs. Ow. Shotzi Blackheart, hard right, spins Rosita around. She goes behind, Russian leg sweep. And look at this, right into a submission, but too close to the rope, says Walt Rothburn. She's got to break the hold. Shotzi catches a kick to the head from Rosita. Shotzi makes her way back to a standing position in the corner. Rosita with a kick to the midsection, pulls Shotzi out of the corner, and whoa, look at this, sunset flip. Pulls herself back up. Kick to the chest of Shotzi Blackheart. Beautifully executed moonsault from Rosita. Rosita rounds up Shotzi, gets a hold of her. Look at this, little roll up, and whoa, look at the power on Rosita. Wow, man, that was impressive. Stomp to the back. Shotzi Blackheart just about laid out center ring. Rosita takes herself all the way up to the top right turnbuckle. Beautiful crossbody splash. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3. Well, that ended pretty suddenly. Rosita picking up the win over Shotzi Blackheart by pinfall. Let's go get the official time from Buck Morton.
The time, 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Rosita.
It damn sure looked as if Shotzi Blackheart had this match in the bag, but apparently she went and triggered that fiery Latina temper on Rosita, because she just snapped and all of a sudden things turned around, and Rosita is going home with the win after the 3-count pinfall over Shotzi Blackheart. And just wow, 3 minutes and change. Absolutely unbelievable.
It's looking like Rosita's move into solo competition is strapped to a rocket. Her second singles victory in as many weeks. While she could still possibly crash and burn in the future, if you're using her past to singles wins as a barometer, Rosita could be on her way to a possible meteoric rise within the ladies' division.
All right, coming up, tag team action with the Guns brothers when we come back after the break.
Alright gang, coming up, non-title tag team action with the Rage Television Tag Team Champions Wilkes and Hollywood, backed up by Faye Crawford, the Fairfield Fox, facing Eddie and Ray, the Guns brothers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following non-title tag team contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by the Fairfield Fox Faye Crawford, at a combined weight of 442 pounds, they are WL Rage Tag Team Champions, Tommy Wilcox and Oliver Hollywood.
Fairfield Fox leading the Rage Tag Team Champions, making a surprise appearance on Snarl as they get set to compete against Mr. Ringside and El Jefe in this non-title matchup tonight. And, as usual, we're favoring Wilcox and Hollywood here, given their current forward momentum.
Their opponents, accompanied by Rossi Flowers, at a combined weight of 475 pounds, Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns, and El Jefe Ray Guns, the Guns brothers.
And well, the Guns brothers are just coming off the losing end in their rivalry with the Psychedelics, so that's why I'm favoring Wilcox and Hollywood.
And Wilcox and Hollywood are red hot right now. And not just as a tag team. Hollywood and the Cocoa Beach Wonderkind have been really doing well, even in singles matches lately. Eddie and Ray are gonna have their hands full with these quick, high-flying partners.
It'll be Hollywood and Mr. Ringside starting us off in this tag team matchup. Non-title, of course, Tom Kanemaru rings the bell. Ollie takes a shot at Tom Kanemaru. I'm not sure what that was about. Mr. Ringside with a hard right to the midsection. Oliver Hollywood. Oliver Hollywood counters with a kick. Another, a hard right, a second. Mr. Ringside goes around the back door, delivers a set of kicks to the leg of Oliver Hollywood. Oliver Hollywood counters with another kick and a standing drop kick. Takes Mr. Ringside down to the canvas. And here comes Tommy Wilcox, the Cocoa Beach Wonderkind. Wilcox picking right up with a DDT. Picking right up where his partner left off. Beautiful rebound moonsault by Tommy Wilcox. Mr. Ringside on the canvas and starting to take a little bit of a beating here. Wilcox makes his way to the top right turnbuckle. Here we go. Big time leg drop right across the chest of Mr. Ringside, Eddie Guns. Wilcox rounds up Eddie Guns. There's a kick to the leg, a kick to the side, a hard right hand, a left, another right, a slap across the chest. Mr. Ringside up against the ropes. Eddie Guns counters with an elbow, a hard right to the midsection. Look at this, Wilcox with another clever go-around takes down Mr. Ringside. Here's a cover. 1, 2. Well, that's a pretty early near fall right there. El Jefe Ray Guns being shown the outside by Tommy Wilcox. Mr. Ringside still laid out, and here we go into an armbar from Wilcox. Will Fairfield Fox, Faye Crawford, watching her fellas work here. Mr. Ringside with a series of hard lefts to the face of Tommy Wilcox gets himself free of the hold. Kick to the midsection to Wilcox. A knee, a right, a kick, a double shot to the gut. Mr. Ringside with Wilcox up over the shoulders. Hard right hand spinning discus punch takes him down. Here's the tag. Here comes El Jefe Ray Guns. Tommy Wilcox laid out near his team's corner as El Jefe moves in. Locks it up with Wilcox. Has him up over the shoulders. Takes a little walk with him towards the corner. Boom! Head first into the turnbuckle and down goes Wilcox. Rebound off the bottom rope. Moonsault from El Jefe. Here's a cover. 1. Well, not just the one this time. Mr. Ringside watching his brother work. Stretching Tommy Wilcox, the referee watching things here. Wilcox gets himself out of the hold. Here's a kick. Here's a chop. Here's another kick and a drop kick to the knee. Takes El Jefe down to the canvas. Off the top rope moonsault from Tommy Wilcox. A stomp, a kick. And Wilcox starting to open up here on El Jefe Ray Guns. Non-title matchup here, of course, but all the same. Look at this. El Jefe puts on the brakes but still gets taken down by Tommy Wilcox. Standing moonsault from the Cocoa Beach Wonderkind. As Rossi Flowers looks on, her boyfriend starting to take a little bit of a beating here. Here comes Oliver Hollywood on the tag. El Jefe tags in his brother, Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns, and Oliver Hollywood. Hollywood quickly countered by Mr. Ringside. Up over the shoulders goes Hollywood. Hung up on the top rope, down he goes. Eddie Guns tags in his brother again. Tag early, tag often. The motto of the Guns brothers. Here we go. El Jefe whipped to the far right corner. Oliver Hollywood quickly countered with an elbow. A kick to the leg from El Jefe. Hollywood counters with a kick to the midsection. They lock it up. Front cradle. And look at it. Whoa! Thrown out, but over the top rope like a bag of trash. Out goes El Jefe. Here comes Tommy Wilcox again. Ray Guns finally getting up to a standing position here. But here comes Tommy Wilcox. Wilcox catches a kick to the midsection. And what are we going to see here? Up in the powerbomb position, but Wilcox with a couple of hard shots to the head of El Jefe gets himself out of that spot. Ankles round the head, and here goes the Hurricane Rana, and there goes El Jefe Ray Guns. Wow. This one's going to be intense, all right. Wilcox back in. Referee counting El Jefe. El Jefe playing to the fans here in Wilkes-Barre. kick to the leg, a chop, another chop. An elbow to the face of Tommy Wilcox. A hard right hand spins him around. El Jefe goes behind. German release suplex to Tommy Wilcox. Wilcox counters with a dragon screw. Takes El Jefe down to the floor. Turns him over. Wilcox goes into a heel hook stretch on El Jefe Ray Guns. El Jefe rounded up again by Wilcox. Wilcox rams him into the apron. Delivers a set of shots. Another set of violent shots here. A chop across the chest. El Jefe up against the barricade. Ray Guns having some difficulties here. Again, bounced off the barricade like a pinball. And down goes El Jefe. Catches a kick to the midsection and a slam of the face down into the floor from Tommy Wilcox. All the while, the referee still counting. Wilcox quickly countered by El Jefe. They lock up, kick to the midsection. Wilcox, look at this. Salida del Sol on the outside. Nicely done. Wilcox rounds up El Jefe. El Jefe counters with a kick to the leg. Another kick to the other leg as El Jefe Ray Guns makes his way back inside the ring. Referee continuing to count Tommy Wilcox. Look at this. Well, now that did not work out too well for El Jefe. High risk maneuver fails to pay off. Wilcox back in the ring. The count started all over again. Wilcox countered by Mr. Ringside. Whoa, what a kick over the top rope to the face of Tommy Wilcox. El Jefe back in the ring, delivers a set of kicks to the head, steps out, turns it over to Mr. Ringside, Eddie Guns. Tommy Wilcox finding himself in a little bit of a spot here. A knee to the leg and another and a third. Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns putting the boots to the Cocoa Beach Wonderkin. Tommy Wilcox locked up by Mr. Ringside, taken to the Guns Brothers corner, head first into the turnbuckle. He goes. Wilcox counters with an elbow, gets himself out of the spot. And one more time, another whirlicane run, this time to Mr. Ringside. Wilcox gathers up Eddie Guns. Hard whip to the far right corner. Here comes Wilcox. Sets him up on the top turnbuckle. This is not going to be good for Eddie Guns. Whoa, there's Salida del Sol off the top rope. Wow. Wilcox really starting to show off here. Tommy Wilcox escorts Eddie Guns to his team's corner. Head first into the turnbuckle. He goes. Here comes Oliver Hollywood. Here comes a double team from Wilcox and Hollywood. Double snapmare stereo kicks to the chest. And look at this. Oh, man, wheelbarrow senton as Oliver Hollywood takes over for his team. But Eddie Guns right there counters with a dragon screw. Takes Hollywood down to the canvas. Hollywood rolls it up into a small package. Shut up, one. Just a one. But that was really cool. Oliver Hollywood makes with the hard right hands to the head of Eddie Guns. Wilcox watching as his partner goes to work here on Mr. Ringside. Eddie Guns elbows to the midsection from Mr. Ringside. Hollywood counters with a forearm as Oliver Hollywood tries to take momentum back from the Guns Brothers here. Snaps the arm on Mr. Ringside, winds him up, takes him down. Look at this. A knee to the chest as he continues working on that arm and drops a knee on it. Oliver Hollywood with wrist clutch stomps to the chest of Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns. Oh, now Oliver Hollywood definitely looks like he's turning the momentum around here. Winds up the arm on Mr. Ringside and snaps it. Oh. Oliver Hollywood beating it out of town, turns it over to Tommy Wilcox, Mr. Ringside. Crawling towards his corner. Here comes El Jefe on the tag. Ray Guns and Tommy Wilcox both missed their move on that one. El Jefe goes behind on Wilcox. A shot to the back, a whip into the corner. Up to the top turnbuckle goes Tommy Wilcox. Looks like this is going to be a little bit of payback. El Jefe with a wheelbarrow bulldog. Oh, man. Wilcox lights might be out. A stomp to the shoulder from El Jefe Ray Guns. Ray Guns tags out, turns it over to Mr. Ringside again. Tommy Wilcox got all of that top rope bulldog. He might not be doing too hot right now. Mr. Ringside with a running boot to the face of Wilcox. Down he goes. And just one more time, the momentum shifts in this non-title tag match. Wilcox back on his feet, shoves Mr. Ringside away. There's a kick. Wilcox locks up Eddie Guns. One more time, he's going for the Hurricane Rana. Down goes Mr. Ringside. Tommy Wilcox calling for it. Standing moonsault on Eddie Guns. Wilcox charges. Whoa, that was beautiful. Did you see that? Man, Mr. Ringside took a ride on that one, and I think he might be out to lunch. Wilcox goes for a cover. One. Wow. Eddie Guns making his way back to a standing position, catches a kick to the head from Wilcox, locks up Tommy Wilcox, has him up over the shoulders. Ooh, discus punch from the fireman's carry. Mr. Ringside flips Wilcox over. Look at this. Whoa. Sets him. Oh. What a modified Samoan drop with a spin. Eddie Guns tags in El Jefe. Tommy Wilcox has had the wind knocked out of him. El Jefe Ray Guns escorting a knocked out Wilcox towards center. Covers and hooks the leg. One, but too close to the opposing team's corner. Eddie Guns pitches Hollywood to the outside. Wilcox catches a kick to the head from El Jefe. Rebounds off the ropes. Tries for the Hurricane Rana but doesn't get it. Tommy Wilcox just sidestepped him. Wilcox whips El Jefe over the top rope, out onto the apron, hangs him up the top rope and out onto the floor goes El Jefe Ray Guns. Indicating to the fans that he's all right despite that happening to him. El Jefe drives Wilcox into the ring steps. Meantime, Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns trying to choke the life out of Oliver Hollywood. Just slightly off camera. A little payback right there from El Jefe, a little Salida del Sol of his own. Hoisting Wilcox on his own petard. And here goes El Jefe back inside the ring. Tommy Wilcox stunned. Oliver Hollywood back on his feet, and he has taken out Eddie Guns for the moment. El Jefe waiting for Wilcox to get back in, but he delivers a kick to the back of Mr. Ringside on the outside, with the referee still counting. Hard right spins Mr. Ringside around. Full Nelson suplex from Tommy Wilcox. El Jefe takes it to the outside. Wilcox raining punches on the head of Eddie Guns. El Jefe going after Oliver Hollywood, but all in vain. Makes his way back inside the ring. Referee still counting. Wilcox, fireman's carry, gutbuster to Eddie Guns. Whoa! Hollywood tried to go topside, but wound up catching a knee. And El Jefe with a moonsault fails to connect with that high-risk maneuver. Wilcox back inside the ring. Tries for a stunner, but no. Running boot to the face takes Wilcox down. El Jefe covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2. Again, another near fall. This non-title tag team matchup has been pretty crazy so far. There's a stomp, there's a kick. El Jefe Ray Guns that's becoming a little frustrated. Makes his way quickly to the top turnbuckle. Tommy Wilcox standing center ring. El Jefe changes his mind on the high risker, goes behind on Wilcox. Catches him up in a fireman's carry instead. Hangs him up the top rope. Simple but effective, and here comes Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns again. As Wilcox makes his way to the corner, here comes Oliver Hollywood on the tag. Hollywood, tried for the right, but a little too slow. Up against the ropes. Mr. Ringside delivers a kick to Tommy Wilcox. Has him up for a powerbomb, but again, Tommy Wilcox refusing to go for the right. A couple of hard shots to the head. Oliver Hollywood goes behind. Catches a couple of elbows from Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns. Oliver Hollywood sidesteps the running kick from Mr. Ringside. Misses the drop kick on his own. There's a stomp to the shoulder from Eddie Guns to Oliver Hollywood as El Jefe Ray Guns comes back in on the tag. Oliver Hollywood back to a standing position, catches a kick, a chop, and another one, and an elbow to the face from El Jefe. A kick right to the side of the head. Double knees to the face. Down goes Oliver Hollywood. Well, now, come on. Double leg drop to the lower abdomen. A rebound off the middle rope. There's a beautiful crossbody and a cover. 1, 2, but only a 2. Oliver Hollywood still in the game. Tried for the moonsault, caught a couple of knees instead. Oliver Hollywood back up on his feet. El Jefe momentarily stunned here. Oliver Hollywood takes him to his team's corner. Head first into the turnbuckle goes El Jefe. Leg draped over the middle rope. There's a kick to the calf from Oliver Hollywood. Hollywood locks it up with El Jefe again. Up over the shoulders in the fireman's carry. Aim just right. Snake eyes right across the top turnbuckle. Down goes El Jefe. El Jefe Ray Guns being assisted out of the corner. Nice alley-oop assist from Ollie. Oliver Hollywood with a kick to the back of El Jefe. Makes his way back to his corner. Here comes Tommy Wilcox again. El Jefe is laid out on the wrong side of town and in kind of trouble here. Whoa, here we go. Elbow to the face of Tommy Wilcox. Wilcox counters with a kick. Winds up the arm on El Jefe. He's taking him for a little walk towards the corner. All the way up off the top rope. Beautiful Japanese arm drag from Tommy Wilcox. Again, Wilcox and Hollywood, they're not the Rage Tag Team Champions for nothing. Beautiful drop kick from Oliver Hollywood. And here we go. Oliver Hollywood smelling blood in the water here. He charges. Stalker kick to the side of the head of El Jefe. Hard right spins El Jefe around. But this right here, whoa, what in the hell was that? That was a beautiful move right there and into a, oh man. Mr. Ringside right there to spoil the party, but Oliver Hollywood goes for the cover. The ropes are right there, so that's no good. Off the top rope, moonsault fails to connect. El Jefe locked up one more time by Oliver Hollywood. Goes behind for the neck breaker and nails it. Down goes El Jefe Ray Guns. Oliver Hollywood turns it over to Tommy Wilcox. And this match is starting to run out of time. We got less than 5 minutes left to go. Wilcox standing on the middle rope, waiting for El Jefe to stand himself on up. Here we go. Double axe handle right across the back of the head of El Jefe Ray Guns. Wilcox rounds him up, locks him up. El Jefe counters with elbows to the midsection of Wilcox. Ray Guns sets him up, snap, suplex, and a pin. Look at this. 1, 2. Again, close but no cigar. Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns brought in on the tag. Tommy Wilcox standing center ring waiting for him. Rebound off the ropes that does absolutely nothing. Well, now, shot to the midsection from Wilcox. Locks up Mr. Ringside. And again, the Whirlicane Rana for Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns. He's got to be tired of taking that ride tonight. Wilcox turns it over to Hollywood. Mr. Ringside charges, misses with the kick. Oliver Hollywood catches the kick to the midsection instead, and another. Here we go. He's setting up the flatliner, and there it is. This could be the end right here. Here's a cover from Mr. Ringside Eddie Guns. 1, 2. Shut up! How did Oliver Hollywood kick out of the flatliner? I don't know, but here comes El Jefe Ray Guns. And he's smelling blood in the water. Wilcox watching as Oliver Hollywood gets set up for the figure 4. El Jefe locks in the figure 4 on Oliver Hollywood. Oliver Hollywood intro. He is tapping out. It is all over. The Guns brothers defeating Wilcox and Hollywood in this non-title tag team matchup by submission. Let's go get the official time from Buck Morton.
The time, 17 minutes and 10 seconds. Your winners by submission, the Guns brothers.
There's your shock upset of the night. I was sure Wilcox and Hollywood were close to securing the win, and if not, at least the time limit draw. But surprise, surprise, El Jefe scores the tap out from Ollie with just about 2.5 minutes left on the clock. As for us, we'll be right back after the break. As we continue, a double dose of tag team competition, this time from the ladies division, with the future Endeavors Dakota Kai and Blair Davenport, facing Callie Parrish and Silver Bullet Jody Haller, the Texan Ladies Association.
Yee-haw!
The following ladies tag match, set for one fall, with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, representing the future Endeavor, both hailing from New Zealand, here are Dakota Kai and Blair Davenport.
As is the case with most matches where an opponent comes from Texas, well, you know who I'm leaning towards. But it's kind of nice to see the future Endeavor back in the form of Blair Davenport and Dakota Kai. We haven't seen a whole lot of Dakota Kai since Labor Day Slamathon in the War Games match.
The War Games match in September has stopped the future Endeavor's forward momentum cold, and this match with the TLA is their first step towards getting things moving again, but against former ladies tag champions. You've gotta assume it's gonna be that much more difficult for them.
MJ Ferrantino says Callie Parrish and Jody Haller aren't the least bit worried about Dakota Kai and Blair Davenport. But as we all know, there are zero guarantees about anything around here.
You got that right, GB. Well, no matter what, it's still going to make for a great ladies tag match.
Their opponents accompanied by Matthew James Ferrantino, both from the Lone Star State. Here are Callie Parrish and the Silver Bullet Jody Howard, the Texan Ladies Association.
Guys, as successful as Sylvia Strong and the Stronghold are, MJ Ferrantino is on pace to become the 2025 RWL Manager of the Year, and these two ladies are part of the reason. Callie Parrish and Jody Haller done up in Dallas Cowboy colors, big surprise. The Texan Ladies Association, former ladies tag team champions. This is going to be their first ever clash with the future Endeavor. Oh man, I'm excited about this.
As big as Ferrantino's client list has ballooned between last year and now, at one time, the Texan ladies were his first and only clients. And his faith in them is as unshakable as Sylvia's faith in the originals or the Psychedelics. And for a long while, they were the tops in ladies tags, holding the titles for months. And they were the key that unlocked the door to Ferrantino's current success.
All true, GB. Jody Haller and Blair Davenport starting us off. There's LaBelle. The ladies come center ring. Jody with a little rope trick there, but quickly countering Blair Davenport. Gets a hold of her and nails her with a cravat suplex. Jody Haller with a double axe handle across the back of the head of Blair Davenport. Davenport rounded back up to a standing position, being escorted to the TLA's corner. Head first into the turnbuckle goes Blair Davenport. Davenport counters with an elbow, locks up Jody Haller. Jody Haller counters with a kick. Hey, drop toe hold. And now stretching the leg on Blair Davenport. Silver Bullet Jody Haller. He is fast. Blair Davenport counters with a series of shots to the head. Gets herself free of the hold. MJ Ferrantino right there watching. Blair Davenport rounds her up, but quick counter and an inverted DDT from the Silver Bullet. Drives a knee into the head of Blair Davenport, and she's on the wrong side of town and getting abused. Ferrantino's loving what he sees here. All right, here we go. Head first into the buckle goes Davenport again. Again, she counters Callie Parrish with a cheap shot to the back. Blair Davenport, and this is with a high-risk maneuver. Not exactly sure what she was trying to prove there. Jody Haller, locked up by Blair Davenport. Whoa, nasty spinning neck breaker. Blair Davenport tags in Dakota Kai. Jody Haller standing center ring waiting for her. Beautiful wraparound DDT. So welcome Dakota Kai to the jungle, as it were. Go behind. German release suplex from the Silver Bullet. Beautiful standing drop kick. Takes Dakota Kai down. And so far, the future Endeavor, they are not looking too good right now. Jody Haller yanking on the arm of Dakota Kai. Moves right back into her on the corner. Does it again since she loved it so much the first time. Dakota Kai in big trouble right from the word go. Head first into the turnbuckle goes Dakota Kai. Man, looks like Jody Haller wants to take that arm home with her. Huh, okay. Beautiful suplex. Jody Haller rolls Dakota Kai over and goes for a pin. One. Not even a one, really. Huh. Jody Haller. That's out with a little howl to the fans here in Wilkes-Barre. Walks up Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai gets the upper hand, whips Jody to the ropes. Pretty good arm drag from Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai walks up Jody. Escorts her to her team's corner. Head first into the turnbuckle goes Jody Haller. Jody Haller counters with an elbow, catches a cheap shot from Blair Davenport. Dakota Kai goes behind on her. Tries for the Russian leg sweep, but no good. Elbows to the midsection from the Silver Bullet. Jody Haller sets up Dakota Kai. Whoa, quick counter from Dakota Kai. That was pretty impressive. Snap suplex. Oh man, with a bridge too. Well, Dakota Kai beginning to mount some offense here as he turns it over to Blair Davenport. And Jody Haller still not up yet in the Texan Ladies Association. Looks like the tides may have turned here for the TLAs. Blair Davenport goes to work on the arms of the Silver Bullet. Jody Haller follows that up with a couple of knees to the lower back. Blair Davenport catches a kick to the head from those big old cowboy boots. Jody Haller steps out. Here comes Callie Parrish for the first time in this matchup. Her and Blair Davenport. A little bit of a rope trick there. Tried for the discus punch, but no good. Duck under from Dakota Kai. Callie puts on the brakes, catches a kick to the midsection from Blair Davenport off the middle rope, off the top rope, and another high-risk maneuver that does not pay any dividend. Well, now, Callie Parrish up on the middle rope. Blair Davenport trying to make it out of town, but no good. Crossbody right across the back of Blair Davenport, and that will knock the wind right out of you. There's a stomp to the head. Callie Parrish turns it back over to Jody Haller. Blair Davenport takes herself to the outside, looking to catch a break. Whoa! Shoulder takes down Dakota Kai. Jody Haller takes herself to the outside to a stun. Blair Davenport, a slap across the chest. Blair Davenport counters with a couple of rights. Another one that doesn't connect. Blair Davenport with a side suplex on the outside to Jody Haller. The Silver Bullet in trouble again on the outside as Willie Johnson continues to count a series of wrist clutch kicks. And more torment to the arms coming up from Blair Davenport. Jody Haller having herself a rough time on the outside here. Again, another pair of knees to the back to Jody Haller. Blair Davenport rounds Haller up. Gets her back inside the ring. Blair Davenport moves in. Whoa, look at this. Whoa, that was beautiful. What a pin right there. One. The Texan Ladies Association never ceasing to amaze. Unbelievable. Jody Haller drives a knee into the head of Blair Davenport. The Silver Bullet beats it out of town, turns it over to Callie Parrish again. Blair Davenport struggling to get herself standing up again. Doesn't seem to be doing too well. Callie Parrish winds up the arm and snaps it on Blair Davenport. Follows that up with a stomp to the back. Blair Davenport shoves her away with both boots. Gets back up to a standing position. Fails to connect with the right. A hard slap across the face from Parrish. Davenport goes behind. Inverted DDT. Slamming the head of Callie Parrish into the canvas. Parrish goes behind on Blair Davenport before she can make the tag. Side suplex. Dakota Kai counters. Callie Parrish takes herself all the way up to the top turnbuckle. She's going to fly. Boom, there it is. Elbow drop right across the chest of Blair Davenport. Oh, beautiful senton. Sudden and unexpected. Callie Parrish rounds her up again. Blair Davenport about to take another visit to the TLA corner, head first into the turnbuckle. Here's a tag to Jody Haller. Here comes a double team from the TLAs. Davenport whipped to the ropes, double shoulders, takes her down the mat. As Silver Bullet Jody Haller takes over for her team. Into an armbar on Blair Davenport. Don't mess with Texas. You got that right, girl. Flip over neck whip from Jody Haller to Blair Davenport. Davenport rounded back up again. And one more trip back to the TLA's corner, head first into the turnbuckle for Blair Davenport. Here comes a tag and another double team. Callie Parrish goes air assisted shoulder tackle to Blair Davenport, followed up with a stomp to the leg. Parrish covers center ring one. Dakota Kai right there to break up the party. A series of stomps to Blair Davenport. Callie Parrish doing a little bit of showboating here for the folks here in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, Blair Davenport's making her way to that corner, honey. You better pay attention. Blair Davenport back to a standing position. Callie Parrish gets her head slammed to the canvas. A blatant stomp to the face from Blair Davenport, who I sense is becoming a little bit frustrated. Here comes Dakota Kai on the tag. Callie Parrish right there waiting for her. They lock it up. Dakota whipped to the ropes. Go behind. Woohoo! Full Nelson suplex from Callie Parrish. Dakota Kai counters with a kick, gets back up to a standing position, goes after Jody Haller on the outside, a couple of hard right hands, but no good. Takes down Callie Parrish, though. And that was her parting shot as she turns it over to Blair Davenport. Davenport locks up Callie Parrish, whipped to the ropes. A collision with no result. A beautiful dropkick, but it doesn't quite take Blair Davenport down. Whoa, that was a nasty kick from Blair Davenport. Now it's Callie Parrish back up to a standing position, misses with the dropkick. Blair Davenport taking herself out of the equation, turns it over to Dakota Kai again. Callie Parrish right there waiting for her, locks her up. And guess who's going for another visit to another corner? Head first into the turnbuckle goes Dakota Kai. Here's another tag to Jody Haller. And here comes another air assist move. Another flying shoulder takes Dakota Kai down to the canvas. A silver bullet, Jody Haller takes over for her team. Dakota Kai whipped to the far right corner. Jody Haller gets a hold of her. What are we going to see here? Whoa, look at this. Over the... Whoa! Oh, man, right in... Oh, ow. Man. Here's the cover from... Whoa, man. Look at this. Hand on the rope. Willie Johnson says he got to break it up. Blair Davenport going after Callie Parrish, too. Whips her to the outside. Oh, jumping neck breaker from Jody Haller to Blair Davenport. Gets her the hell out of here. Dakota Kai counters with a kick to the midsection. Jody Haller counters with a kick. Drop toe hold takes Dakota Kai down again one more time, stretching the leg on Dakota Kai. The silver bullet foiled in her attempt by Blair Davenport. Dakota Kai with a couple of hard right hands disengages herself from Jody Haller. They lock up. Elbows to the midsection from Jody to Dakota. Dakota Kai locked up again. Straight belly to belly suplex right center ring. Callie Parrish watching as, oh, silver bullet, Jody Haller over the rope and a clothesline. Wow, she must have seen that coming once. Blair Davenport one more time breaking up the pin. I'll tell you what, man, no wonder MJ Ferrantino is so proud of the Texan Ladies Association. They are no nonsense and they have been in control of most of this match. Dakota Kai with, oh, look at this, a choke slam backbreaker. Now there's something you don't see every day. Blair Davenport brought in on the tag. Jody Haller standing center ring. Well, that was a swing and a miss from Blair Davenport. Here comes Callie Parrish again on the tag. This match just about halfway over and still nowhere near a win. Look at this. Oh, man, kick to the midsection from Blair Davenport. Callie slams her down to the canvas. Deftly steps over. Blair Davenport catches a knee to the back of the head. Quickly back up to a standing position, lines up the arm, slams down Callie Parrish to the canvas. Blair Davenport, there's that nasty spinning neck breaker again. Oh. The future endeavor trying to battle back, trying to put out this floor alarm fire with a thimble full of water. Davenport on the outside catches a kick from Callie Parrish, a hard right hand to the head. Blair Davenport counters with a kick. Referee's already counting. Callie with a hard shot to the midsection of Blair Davenport. Drives her into the ring apron. Nice little judo style flip right there. Callie Parrish rounds up Blair Davenport. Another nice judo style flip right there. Straight out of the Mr. Moto movies from back in the day. A series of chops to Blair Davenport. A throat chop, a left, a chop again, and an uppercut takes Blair Davenport down to the floor. And a leg snap to Blair Davenport from Callie Parrish. MJ Ferrantino giving the ladies some room to work here as Blair Davenport is rolled back inside the ring. Callie Parrish takes herself up to the top turnbuckle, quickly goes there, drops an elbow across the back of Blair Davenport. The Texan Ladies Association absolutely killing it tonight. Here comes Dakota Kai. A running kick, whoa, takes down Callie Parrish. Dakota Kai with a hard forearm takes her down again. And they are trying to turn the tide here in a hot, quick, and in a hurry. Dragon screw from Callie Parrish. Dakota Kai catches a stomp to the head. Callie beats it out of town, turns it over to the Silver Bullet, Jody Haller. Dakota Kai just about back up to a standing position here. Oh, whoa, what a wraparound DDT right there from Callie Parrish. Dakota Kai rounded up by Parrish. There's a nasty arm snap and parlays it into an arm bar. Nice combination of moves. Jody Haller drives a knee into the head of Dakota Kai. Jody rounds her up again. Takes her back to the Texan ladies corner. Head first into the turnbuckle goes Dakota Kai. Here's another tag as Callie Parrish comes in. Oh, hard shot to the ribs. Blair Davenport being set. Whoa! An inverted suplex like I don't see too often. Wow, that was real cute. Oh, man. Callie Parrish covers. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's a wrap right there. The Texan Ladies Association defeating the Future Endeavor by pinfall. Let's go get the official time.
The time, 13 minutes and 55 seconds. And your winners by pinfall, the Texan Ladies Association.
I don't think I've seen Callie and the Silver Bullet work that fast and that efficiently since they held the Ladies Tag Team Championships, but they were as dialed in as I've ever seen against Dakota Kai and Blair Davenport, who never quite got a firm hold on the momentum in this one, and it cost them big time.
They certainly tried. The match time will tell you they fought pretty hard to avoid being taken down, but it just got away from them. Anytime they came close to turning things around for themselves, and a dynamite win for the TLA. And MJ Ferrantino is all smiles here.
We'll be right back with our main event. In our main event tonight, the RWL No Rules Championship going up on the block as the Icon, the Legend Magic, defends the title, and it's a tall order against the legendary King of Hardcore, Terry Funk himself.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's star main event is a no-rules match set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit, and it is for the RWL No Rules Championship.
Well, with the Funker and Magic on the bill, you can certainly expect a heap of violence and mayhem in tonight's main event. Well, ye doggy, the Funker, Terry Funk of Amarillo, Texas. Oh, one of the greatest hardcore wrestlers ever to do the thing. His matches with Cactus Jack are the stuff of legend. And well, now, he's looking to get himself the No Rules Championship away from Magic. Now, Magic is a friend of mine, and as much as I respect Terry Funk, he's got a really tall order ahead of him.
It's sure been a night for anniversaries, Tex. Not just you and Danielle Heathcote, but it's also been exactly 12 months since Magic regained the No Rules title for a second time, having taken it from Jake the Snake Roberts exactly a year ago. However, despite having defeated the likes of Bruiser Brody, Mr. Pogo, Sting, the Great Muta, to name just a few, let's face facts, Terry Funk, as you say, is one of the greatest hardcore wrestlers in all the world.
Yep.
This could end in a huge upset. The Funker performs as usual, and we could very well see Terry Funk win his first No Rules title in this main event.
Not entirely impossible, Wally. Here he comes now, looking for all the world like a pimp named Slickback. The RWL No Rules Champion, the Icon, the Legend Magic. Somewhere between a pimp named Slickback and the Duke of New York from John Carpenter's Escape from New York. The Icon, the Legend Magic. Wow, it has been a year since he took that belt away from Jake Roberts. That's absolutely true. I'd forgotten all about that. But tonight, it's an extra special challenge against one of the kings of hardcore. And Magic, as we all know, is as tough as they come, and he don't stop fighting until he can't go anymore. And that's Terry Funk as well. So, well, who can say how long or how violent this match is going to get?
Magic's been around for a long time with his successful runs as World Heavyweight Champion. He's been a tag team champion with former partner Nico Black. He's held the Snarl TV title as well. but he sure found his groove in the world of hardcore, extreme wrestling, and yeah, a year with the No Rules title is a long time without getting knocked down by anyone.
Introducing first the challenger from the Double Cross Ranch in Amarillo, Texas, weighing 243 pounds, he is the hardcore legend, Terry Funk.
Oh man, the Funker in a No Rules main event against Magic. Where'd I get so lucky, you guys?
His opponent from Newark, New Jersey, weighing 305 pounds, he's the reigning RWL No Rules champion. Here's the icon, the legend, Magic.
I'm sure he's well aware that if he makes a single mistake tonight, Terry Funk is going to exploit it, and it could cost Magic both the match and the No Rules Championship. Definitely a top-drawer main event tonight.
It don't get much better, GB. It does not get much better. The Funker, inspecting the No Rules title, referee Walt Rothburn gets the trick for tonight's main event. Well, gents, Magic's faced some tough customers, but Terry Funk, this is going to be one of his toughest challengers yet. Everybody's ready to roll for this main event. Referee Walt Rothburn rings the bell, and here we go. They lock it up, collar and elbow. Magic with a front cradle on Terry Funk. Hangs him up off the top rope. Funk hits the canvas. Magic rounds him back up. Collar and elbow again. Takes him towards the ropes. A hard right hand from Magic. A second. Gets a hold of the Funker. Look at this. What in the hell? Oh, man. Over the top rope. Inverted slingshot face first right into the logo. Goes Terry Funk, and Magic already going under the ring for a little something extra. Got himself a trash can. Just misses Terry Funk by a couple of inches. Gets himself back inside the ring. Oh, man, look at this. Magic doing quite a little bit of showing off here. Trying to make the Funker look ineffectual. That's not going to work out too good for him. He's going to make Terry Funk mad. Magic has him up and just slams him down the canvas. Double axe handle to the back of the head of Terry Funk. Magic follows up with a stomp to the back. And a big-time elbow across the chest of the Funker. Terry Funk rolls to the outside, still standing. Magic all the way up on the top turnbuckle. Desmond above, flying shoulder from the top rope. 10 feet up and 10 feet down. Magic making his way back to that trash can again. Changes his mind about the trash can. Just has to do a little bit of showboating for the fans here in Wilkes-Barre as Terry Funk goes beneath the ring, comes up with a kendo stick and makes a beeline for Magic. A crack right across the head and another. Magic quickly back up to a standing position here. Drives Funker into the ring steps. Follows it up with another elbow right to the chest. There are no countouts here. The referee is just a fifth post in the middle of the ring at this point. Again, Magic changing his mind about that trash can. He must be saving it for a rainy day. Terry Funk slow to get back to his feet. Magic has been real aggressive in the early goings here. Funker rolls himself back in. Magic locks him up. Has him up in the front cradle again. Takes him to the corner. Slams his back into the buckle and pitches him out towards center ring. Magic going for a quick over here one. Oh no. Just a one, says Walt Rothburn. Funker. Whoa, man, it was like hitting a brick wall. Terry Funk shoves Magic away with both boots back up to a standing position. Gets a hold of Magic. And there's a neckbreaker from Terry Funk. Magic in the far left corner. The Funk, oh man, cracked his head with the garbage can. Pitched it at him like Nolan Ryan. The Funker with a kick to the midsection. Sets up the neckbreaker again and gets it. Magic rolls to the outside, says, hey, wait a minute. I was winning a minute ago. Goes under the ring for something extra again. What's he going to come up with this time? He's got himself a damn table. Look at this right here. Rolls it back inside the ring. Follows it on in himself. Funker with a clothesline that doesn't even phase Magic. Whoa. Talk about tough. All the way up. There's a backbreaker from Magic. Stretching the vertebrae of Terry Funk. Man, Terry Funk is looking very, very disadvantaged at the present time. There's a knee to the head from Magic. And now into a heel hook stretch. While Magic does love to play with the toys, he can definitely rock it scientifically as well. He knows every move in the book. Flips Terry Funk over, follows it up with a stomp to the leg. The Funker in some serious trouble here in this matchup. Magic with a right, a left, a kick to the midsection, and a clubbing overhand right takes the Funker down to the canvas again. One more time. As Funk rolls to the outside, Magic's got himself a chair. Tests the weight, likes the way it feels, moves in on Terry Funk. A crack across the back, a crack across the leg, another crack across the leg with the steel chair. Terry Funk taking a hellified beating at the hands of the icon, the legend Magic. No Rules Championship on the line in this main event. Funker with an overhand right to the back of Magic. Magic shoves him back. Jumping neckbreaker on the outside takes Funker down to the floor. Man, what a ride so far. Magic gets a hold of Terry Funk. Has him up. Sidewalk slam on the hard floor. And that don't feel too good. Magic misses with the splash. Funker getting out of the way just a sec too quick. Funker rolls Magic back inside the ring, gets himself inside as well. Gets a hold of Magic. Hard right hand takes him down. He just busted Magic open. Oh man, here we go. Terry Funk's about to get real here, ladies and gentlemen. Into a sleeper hold on Magic. Magic with nowhere to go. Counters with a jawjacker. And disengages himself from Terry Funk. Locks himself up. Here we go. Gets a hold of the Funker. Has him up. And has him up for that long, stalling vertical suplex that takes boom! There it is. Right on the lip of that table. Magic covers and hooks the leg. 1, 2. The Funker not done quite yet. Magic delivers a stomp to the shoulder of Terry Funk. And Magic definitely feeling at him. Why not? He's been in control for most of this thing. Terry Funk gets a hold of him. No spinning neckbreaker takes Magic down to the canvas. The Funker going for a quick cover and a hook of the leg. 1. Man, not even a 1. Magic gets right back up. Hard right. Here we go. This could be a problem. He's going to trade shots with Terry Funk. This might not end well for Magic. Couple of hard rights. The Funker comes back. Some more shots from Magic. A slap across the face. Now we're into a slap fight. Back and forth between Magic and Terry Funk. A hard right hand from the Funker. A hard shot to the midsection from Magic. A kick to the gut. And here we go. There's that spinning power bomb. Magic's got him all the way up. Slams him all the way down. There's the cover. Here we go. 1, 2. Well, no. That was quick. Magic retains the title by pinfall.
The time, 6 minutes and 25 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, and still our WO No Rules champion, Magic.
Magic ends this match like he does most of them, battered, bleeding, and bruised, but he is still holding up that No Rules Championship, adding Terry Funk to the long list of people he has beaten. What a main event, what a snarl card we have had. I am getting out of here, guys. Me and Danielle are going to go out and celebrate.
Okay, gang, the clock has got us, and that's this week's Rwl Sn Rl. Thanks to all of you for joining us tonight, and for all your awesome support of RWL Wrestling. RWL returns this Tuesday evening, October 21st, with RWL Rage, with Don Hickson, Christy Ogilvie, and Myron Schimmelman. And we'll be back on Saturday the 25th with the next edition of Sn Rl. For Tex, Johnny, and myself, Wally Cardell saying thanks, good night, and be safe.